What's going on, guys? This is Tony with Urban Girl Scout Media, living the dream as always, and today I am going to do a quick review on the 4 Ninja Turtle games that are on the Cool Baby Family Computer System. I figure I should say that correct. I'm going to do just a quick, 1 or 2 minute overview on each game. Just to share it with you guys, one of our subscribers, El Greco, has requested that, so yeah, I know he's a big Ninja Turtles fan based on some of his other comments and likes, so we'll definitely get into that. So let's give you guys a little bit of backstory here real quick, and you can hear some music in the background just to kind of fill us in, you know what I mean? I like to add some music. I don't want just the sounds of this. I don't really care for the sounds of it, I'm gonna be honest. So here's what I got. Ninja Turtles, easily one of the best cartoons ever. One of the... turn that down. One of the just absolute best superhero franchises. I mean, cartoons, hero franchises. The animals that are talking. I mean, you can just pick all these different things. They did a lot of it, and they're easily one of the best at it. So, good for them. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if you don't like the Ninja Turtles, you have no soul, and I hope that the Lord takes no mercy on you. Because the Ninja Turtles are the greatest. They're the greatest. Okay? Not the greatest ever, like, on top of everything else. They're just in that category of the greatest. There's just a category where the best shit of all time goes in it, and the Ninja Turtles go in it. So, like, if there's an afterlife, and I get to the upstairs, not the downstairs party, well, I don't know, whichever party is the better one, I guess. I don't know at this point, it depends on your beliefs, but I would ask for the entire Ninja Turtles catalog of shows and comics. And then probably the toys, at some point, because those are badass. But enough rambling on. We're going to jump right into it here. I promise you guys, you're going to enjoy this. So let me go ahead and load up the first game, and we will discuss it. Alright, so the first Turtles game on the Cool Baby Family Computer System. And remember, I do choose English when I select this, but there's a lot of information still going to be in Chinese. So, this first one up, it's just Ninja Turtles 1. I had to check here just to see if it was truly all going to be in Chinese. But if you played this game on the regular Nintendo, you know what the controls are. I mean, it's not hard button controls at all. And you know that you can rotate through which characters you're using. I mean, it was a great game. It really was. It was, God, I can't remember the exact year it came out. I guess I should have done some research. I don't really care to do research on this kind of shit before I make these. I just kind of like to wing it. And then, sometimes I'll do, like, the Dead Island, I did a little bit of research on, because I was kind of curious, like, why a game like that was not successful with a follow-up. But anyways, back to Ninja Turtles. So, this game, now, I have a friend who, his name is Nick, and he and I spent some nights on this game. I can't remember the exact level structure, but the water level might be what nightmares are made of. Like, that is one of the most disrespectful levels to gamers. This game is just disrespectful in general. It only is loved because of the fact that it's Ninja Turtles. Like, look at these goofy-ass dudes, Rocksteady and Bebop. I forgot. I'm going to be honest. I forgot what the secrets were to beat these guys. Generally, I can get through these first few pieces, no problem. But man, goofy-ass pig charging at me. He ain't even got no moves. Look at that. He's got like a little scissors kick and a punch. I guess he doesn't have some moves. He just runs. So, I mean, I did just die, but I don't know. So, like I said, this was a fun game. But at the end of the day, this was a massively disrespectful game to gamers because it was just tough. It just nightmares. So that's all I can really give you. Is it was just a nightmare. It's a nightmare game to play now. and I'm still, like, I still plan on going and trying to get through it as much as possible, and trying to be as much as possible. But I'm kind of watching it now, and like, I can already see kind of some of the things I'm doing wrong. Yeah, so you gotta have Donatello in here. I figured it out. I'm like, oh, yep. Let me get a shot. Yep. See? So, you know, you start thinking about stuff, start doing better. I played this one the longest of all the games we're going to see today because this was definitely my favorite, and it's one I'm the most familiar with. I can't remember how old I was when I first really got into, like, I definitely was playing the Super Nintendo games before I got into these. Like, these came out before I was old enough to really play video games, because I was born, you know, 85, 86, 87, mid-80s kid. You know, you get to where you have the motor skills to play video games around 5, 6, 7, 8, you know, depending upon your learning curve. So I was definitely on the Super Nintendo, but we had a Nintendo, and we definitely rocked this game. So I don't remember exactly how far I've gotten in it. I don't think I'll say probably not past the 3rd level. Definitely haven't beaten it. So that's one of the things I would love to do, is beat this game, but it might just be fucking impossible. So, alright, that ends it for video 1. Alright, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. This one was released in 1990, and I do not remember this one at all. Not at all. Not on the NES, at least. And it looks like it's just a lot more stripped down version of what we got on the Super Nintendo. I mean, it was a good game, don't get me wrong. Good game. I enjoyed playing it. I'm going to definitely get some more use out of it. So it's a lot closer to the arcade than the first game. The first game was definitely more of a classic NES level game. This is more of the arcade, you know, what you would do in an arcade at the time. And I'm pretty sure there had to be a version on Super Nintendo. I don't know. I was not sure what to expect out of these games on the cool baby family computer system. I wasn't sure what to expect, because if you watch the Mario's on Drugs video, I mean, that blew me away. I'm like, what in the world is going on? So, yeah. And this, I mean, like I said, the controls super basic, nothing hard at all. It was easy to kind of pick it up and play right away. And I honestly, for an NES, if this was truly, I remember seeing this on the, like, packages. Like, I see the package in resale stores in, like, great condition new for this game. If this is truly, like, to the T, a replica of the game, you know, for the time, I mean, 1990, that's pretty impressive, for Nintendo at least. Yeah, I really get entranced watching this, because first off, it takes me back. I started thinking about the cartoon, which, you know, how can you not love the cartoon? But really then, like, just watching, just remembering all the hours and quarters spent at the arcade. I'm definitely part of that last generation. I feel like I'm part of the last generation that got to really play an arcade. You know, we had the computer and video game systems really got big. But, like, the arcades were starting their dying when I was old enough to go to an arcade. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. I do gotta admit, these always concern me. So the dropping ball always concerned me. It always concerned. First off, sometimes they're not affected. Second off, where's it coming from? And why is it just consistently dropping down? Ladies and gentlemen of this supposed jury, it does not make sense. If the glove don't fit, I must acquit. Johnny Cochran defense. Also, you know, now that I'm watching this replay, these douche nozzles are jumping out of rooms that are on fire. like, they better really believe in the cause. You know what I mean? Because they're going to get trapped in a fire, or they're going to have to fight a mutant Ninja Turtle. That is something I never thought about until today. Think about that. These assholes, at this point we're past the language barrier for this video. These assholes, look at these guys. They're just coming out of the flames, coming out of the fire. Not to mention the fact that the building's on fire on its own. They're coming out of these flames, or these rooms that are covered in flames and just burning. This actually doesn't bother me. The little electronic things jumping on the floor. It's like, whatever. You know what? The turtles don't bother me. That's actually kind of messed up now that you think about it again. The turtles don't bother me. The robots don't bother me. The fact that the building's on fire the way it is doesn't bother me. It's the fact they're hiding in rooms that bothers me. So, it looks like they're shooting me with the claw. It's like the claw has discharge. Trying to save her. Don't know what to do again. First time playing the game. Then we have this going on. Why do we always have to deal with these guys? And he puts a waffle stomp into me. I'm not even gonna pretend. So, he gets me good. I mean, he's got a few good kicks. Punk ass rhinoceros. Rhinoceros, sorry. I definitely miss how bad guys would like turn color when you hit them. And then when you get closer, and you get I guess I shouldn't talk about that if I'm going to bitch about not putting the sound on. Look at that. That is 1990s right there. He was able to shoot up at me. Oh, man, this guy's on fire. Alright. Well, I think that's going to be about it for this clip. We'll go on to the next video. Gang, let's play Turtles 3, I guess. Game 3. So, 1992, by the time they released this, I'm off of Nintendo. I got no interest in it, just gonna be honest. So, if it was an exclusive, if the Manhattan Project was exclusive to Nintendo, then I would have never I probably would have never seen this. I mean, none of this was familiar at all. I've seen the game. I've just never played it. So, it was interesting. I'm gonna have to wait for it to load up here because I watched all these once and they all kind of blend together. This one definitely starts out with more of a story, as you can tell, versus the last one. Last one's more of the arcade version. If I'm not mistaken, this one comes across as more of the first game, kind of more of a leveler. I had to take a sip of beer before I said this. If there are any, I gotta make sure I say this correctly. If there's any supervillains out there that can explain to me in a logical manner how they would lift the city of Manhattan or New York or wherever, whatever, hit me up. So here we go. Yeah, this was definitely more. This one felt more like the platform versus the arcade. So like the first game. Although I will be honest, now that I'm watching it, it kind of had a little bit of both feel to it. Again, I mean, I never really played this. I never really played this when it came out, so it's not something that I ever really got to experience. So it was definitely something new for me. I felt like a virgin playing this game. Good lord. And we have a good portion of time on this game too that we'll talk about it. But I mean, you look at everything that's going on. Yeah, looks a lot like that first game we were playing. A little more advanced. Nothing too bad at all here. I'm not a fan of these assholes in the stars. I'm just throwing that out there, guys. I'm not a fan of these guys. Because then they move off the screen. Look at that. That was 1992. That was good. They put you in the grinder there. Yeah, I mean, just a really fun. Overall, these 3 games have all been really fun. No complaints, no, no issues. So, see Michelangelo here, just doing work, man. I mean, it's what he does. It's what he does, man. He just does work. I love that these guys throw sand in this level. I definitely plan on going back and playing more of this, and I'll probably record that. While we're on the topic, I will be honest. Some of the most recent game recordings we've done, we've had to do kind of the, we've had to use our new high-tech camera to kind of do an over-the-shoulder view. Mainly because the box we were trying to get set up for using to wire through the traditional way, it didn't work out, and we don't have a Patreon, so it's a donations from viewers like you that keep us going. So I like that it keeps me kind of in screen right there. I got to select who it's going to be. I figured I'd go with Donatello. He got me through a tough first. Flat. Got me through a tough first level. I don't know if you guys can hear the background music right now. We got Rage Against the Machine, Bulls on Parade. So here we are, Donatello, doing what he do. Just out here running it. So, yeah, I really don't have much I can say about this game. I haven't played much of it. I mean, the controls are pretty much what the other ones were. Again, super basic NES. I just wanted to, I had to do that. And then I wasn't really able to move that next time. So, I will tell you guys as a spoiler alert, the next one is pretty interesting. It's a little different than, I'd never heard of it. So, I will be looking into that for sure. For sure. But yeah, get Leonardo out. See, he's trying to do his thing. I don't like that the bad guys don't fall into the hole. And what gets us here? Who do you think is going to show up? Yep. And then I figured this move out. And I don't think it takes away from my life. I think he was just messing me up. That's about it. Jump into the sewer. That's about it, guys. So we'll go on to the next one. Alright, we made the last one. Here we go. Turtle Fighter. So you may remember Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter from Super Nintendo. Again, I think this was just one of those situations where they kept it rolling. They kept it kind of trying to keep the Nintendo relevant. Tournament Fighters, excuse me. So, I mean, I'll just go into story mode for this one. I tried Tournament after I made this first recording just to try out, see what that mode was, and really it's just, you're fighting. I'm pretty garbage at this, I'm not gonna lie. I was actually incredibly garbage at it, but it was still fun. It's one of the things I think if I put some time into learning the controls, it'd be a, possibly a different story. I do want to try and figure out how to get it, maybe on Super Nintendo, find a cartridge version and play it there. Because I think that would just be just wonderful. I'll be honest though, you're not gonna find like some Cinderella story here. I mean, Leo kind of whoops my ass here, and I don't really remember what this was. Like, I remember playing this game on Super Nintendo, but you gotta. So when I was queuing this video up, I was thinking about something. You gotta remember though, when Super Nintendo came out, let's just start, let's not say the exact year, but let's start with like 93. 92, 93, I was about 7 or 8. I'm not saying I'm the video game expert by any means here. As you can see, I mean, I got my ass whooped. But, so 92, 93, 94, there's a lot of kids, again, in that 8 to 12 range. We got the arcade, consoles are taking over, Sega's out, there was something from Panasonic, I can't remember for the life of me now, I just saw a video on it the other day too, and like, Nintendo's still trying to keep this going, they have Super Nintendo going. It was crazy, it was an absolutely absurd time in the video game world, in my opinion at least. I mean, that's just how I look at it. So it was tough to play everything, and also you have to remember that your availability to play games was really based on what your friends had and how much your friends' parents were willing to put into that. So, it could be a great collection, which I think we all had one or two of those friends who their parents were willing to spend a little more on video games than other parents, and then we all had those friends whose parents just didn't want us to play video games at first, because there is benefit to getting outside. We'll just put it at that. There is some benefit, because we got some soft ass kids these days, but that's just me. So I hope to find the cartridge version for Super Nintendo. If anyone who watched this video can assist in that, you're definitely, you got the Girl Scouts Code of Honor behind you that you'll get a shout out. We'll send you some merch, some swag, stuff like that, things like that. Who knows? Otherwise, just gonna kind of wrap it up here as you guys watch me kind of take my final ass whooping. Spoiler alert, right? So this was the kind of just the initial review of these 4 games, or just initial introduction, we'll call it. And it was fun. I mean, it was really fun. All 4 of these games are incredibly enjoyable, and I definitely recommend, if you have a chance to play them. As a Ninja Turtles fan, I love them. As a video game fan, I love them. So that'll do it, guys. My name is Tony. This is Urban Girl Scout Media.